Hello and welcome back to Football Daily, where today we're picking an 11 made up entirely, Joseph, of rejects.
Oh, I am buzzing. These players were ditched by other clubs before going on to become superstars. Let's kick it off, Christoph.
You should know all about being ditched.
I've got a lovely girlfriend.
Right, so we're going to alternate, guys. I'm starting with the goalkeeper, Obs, and I've gone with Jose Pepe Reina. Though the slaphead was born in Madrid, by the age of 6, Pepe was a member of Barcelona's famous La Masia Academy and showing a lot of promise in between the sticks, which was unsurprising given that his dad Miguel had played in goal for the Blaugrana in the 1960s.
Oh, stats. Facts.
Not stats.
Throw them out there. It is a fact.
Pepe made the first team by 18 and subsequently made 49 appearances for Barca before the return of Louis van Gaal.
Return of Van Gaal.
Yep. And obviously the emergence of Victor Valdez, aged 20. Instead, Reina helped Villarreal reach the Champions League for the first time and went on to win cups with the Yellow Submarine. You're not going to sing that bit, no. Liverpool and Napoli. We all live in a Yellow Submarine.
Tragic, mate. Tragic.
Beatles, mate. A one-year stay at Bayern Munich gave Reina the only league title of his career so far and also made him the first goalkeeper, Joseph, in history to play in Europe's top 4 leagues. Over to you, Tomlinson.
So he's only won one league title. Yeah, successful.
All right, go on then.
Dig. I'm going to go for a centre-back. It's Leonardo Bonucci. Of course, the 10 people who are still watching can enjoy my first pick in defence. It's the big man. It's the big nose. It's Leo Bonucci. The Italian is arguably the best centre-back in the world.
Oh, yeah.
With a right foot which could perform surgery. But his potential apparently escaped the notice of Inter Milan, not for the first time they've fucked up, where the defender began his career. Bonucci made just one league appearance for the Nerazzurri, spending 2 years on loan at Serie B before Inter decided he was never going to make it. He joined Bari in 2009 on a complicated multi-club deal which valued him at just £2.5 million. That's less than Robert Snodgrass, the manager who let him leave, Jose Mourinho. After just a singular year, Juventus snapped Bonucci up, and when Antonio Conte arrived in Turin, he realised the talent he had on his hands and switched to a 3-man defence just to accommodate Bonucci, Barzagli and Chiellini. The real BBC have won 5 successive titles since. Shove that up your arse, Pepe Reina.
It's a great choice, Joseph, and to partner him, I've gone for the man mountain that is Jerome Boateng.
Bravo.
One of the most fashionable men in football. Unlike you own one shirt.
What? This is a nice shirt, though.
Anyway, let's move on. I've chosen the actual best centre-back in the world. It's not Bonucci, do rate him, but it is Jerome Boateng. The German was educated at Hertha Berlin and Hamburg before following teammate Vincent Kompany to Manchester City all the way back in 2010, when Zach was about 5. Unfortunately, Boateng's athleticism actually proved a drawback as he was forced to play right back and failed to impress.
Oh dear, Roberto
Idiotic
Mancini.
scenes.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I know. Bayern rescued him a year later, but Boateng didn't really blossom until the arrival of Pep G.
That's a dig.
The Catalan claimed no one had even shown Boateng how to defend,
Double dip at
but
Heinkes.
Nowadays he's the one showing us.
Why are you digging out the managers? Heinkes, Mancini. No need for it, mate. You think Boateng's good, mate?
Yeah, he's alright.
Let me introduce you to a little-known man called Franco Baresi, who would almost certainly captain our team. He's the defender who even Paolo Maldini looked up to, and a man so devoted to the great AC Milan that if you cut him, he'd bleed red and black. Probably just red. Baresi played more than 700 times for Milan over 20 years, winning Serie A on 6 occasions and the European Cup 3 times. But the centre-back, who stood at just 5'9" tall, so 4 inches taller than Patrick Van Straten, could have ended up on the blue side of Milan. His older brother Giuseppe had joined Inter's academy as a teenager, and Franco desperately wanted to join him. However, the Nerazzurri rejected the little one. They're a shambles at picking talent, thinking he was too small to make it. They invited him to try again the following year, but Baresi went straight across town to audition for the real Milan. He ended up making history, hamster. Beat that, you little bitch.
Audition? What's this fucking High School Musical?
Oh, nothing wrong with Zac
Right.
Efron.
Next on the agenda is right wing, and I was struggling for options, mate. I've gone for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Back in his AC days.
That's a disgrace.
He played on the right. Absolutely not. As I said, I'm heading to Milan too with Gabonese speedster Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The Dortmund man was born in France and actually joined the Rossoneri as a trainee, aged 18.
Old.
He became a top scorer at the Champions Youth Cup. Yes,
wow,
pedigree.
big competition.
But he was nicknamed the boy with the square feet Milan for his lack of technical quality. He didn't play a single game for the first team in 5 years.
Ouch.
And was flogged on to St Etienne, where his blistering pace and movement in the channels saw him net 16 league goals in the 2011-2012 season. The next season, he scored 19 and grabbed 8 assists. Hot shit, mate.
That's dirty.
Filthy numbers. Anyway, amid interest from Arsenal and Chelsea, Joseph, Dortmund swooped for their man, paying just £11 million for a player who has gone on to score 100 club goals for them. Oof, that's about £110,000 a goal, mate. Ciron at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
How much do you think he cost per goal?
About 210,000.
About 210k. Yeah, you bang on, and that's just his transfer fee as well, not his wages. Bargain.
I'm going to go for a central midfielder now, and it's the Italian wine connoisseur, Andrea Pirlo. One of the most iconic players of the last decade, Pirlo was not rejected once, but twice in his career. The playmaker moved to Inter Milan at just 19 years old, having impressed in attacking midfield for his hometown club, Brescia. However, Pirlo could not get into the team, and it was only when he was loaned back to Brescia that he was moved into a deeper role, where his vision let him run the game. Milan were impressed and forked out €17 million to take Pirlo off their rivals, winning Serie A and the Champions League twice with him in midfield.
Gone. No disputing it.
But at 32, Pirlo was once again unwanted, as Milan decided to rejuvenate their squad, allowing the Italian to leave on a free.
Mental.
Shambolic decision. Juventus leapt at the opportunity to sign such a special talent, and Pirlo paid them back with more than 150 appearances and 4 titles in 4 years. The Rossoneri were left as red-faced as me.
To partner that suave Italian don in centre midfield, I've gone for a bit of steel. It's Ruud Gullit. Let me tell you why he was a reject. Born Rudy Dill, Gullit. Born Rudy Dill, Gullit took his father's surname because he thought it sounded more like something a footballer would be called.
Ugh, ugly choice.
The Dutchman spent 3 years with Haaland from the age of 17, scoring 32 in 91 games and attracting interest from England, these fine shores. Gullit had trials with Ipswich of all people, who were then actually UEFA Cup holders, mate, so well done Bobby Robson, and Arsenal in 1982, but failed to convince either. Arsenal manager Terry Neal thought the asking price of £200,000 was too high for a youngster, saying he could obviously play a bit, but was lazy and undisciplined and played when he wanted to and wouldn't track back. You know, all the things that a good manager tends to iron out of a promising youngster.
Terry
So
Neal,
well
Terry
done,
Neal.
Tesla. Gullit went on to win the Ballon d'Or, captain the Netherlands to Euro 88 glory, win 6 titles and 2 European Cups. Terry Neal went on to get sacked in 1983.
There's only one Terry Neal mug. If you can have Aubameyang out on the right, I'm having Kevin De Bruyne out on the left.
He actually plays there for Man City.
Jose Mourinho may be renowned for working wonders in the transfer market, but his judgment was off when he shipped KDB out to Wolfsburg for just £17 million back in January 2014.
Stinker.
He also fucked up with Bonucci. The Belgian burst into life in the Bundesliga, spending just a season and a half in North Germany, during which he became one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Despite playing behind Bas Dost, De Bruyne got 10 goals and 21 assists in the 2014-15 season. And Man City simply had to have him, paying £55 million for his services.
What are you slagging Bas Dost off for? He's doing well in Portugal, mate.
Though his first campaign was sadly interrupted by injuries, De Bruyne picked up 7 goals and 9 assists in just 25 league games and helped City reach a Champions League semi-final. That's the first time they'd ever done that in the club's history. What a baller.
You can never get past this.
What were Chelsea doing?
Right, stick with us, guys. Nearly there. Let's go up top now. And I'm going for the one and only Thierry Henry, mate.
What mug rejected him?
Well, listen and you'll find out. All right? The Frenchman was given his professional debut by Arsene Wenger at Monaco, and he actually put him on the wing, mate. The wing, as he felt Henry's slight physique would be less of an issue against fullbacks than centre-halves.
Talking about knocking players off the ball. Didn't budge it. Go on! Careful. Fucking moron.
Henry spent 5 years in the Principality, winning the league in '97 and the World Cup in '98. A hell of a couple of years. He also scored 7 and 9 in the Champions League as Monaco reached the 1999 semi-final. And as a result, Juve picked him up for 10.5 million.
Bargain deal. The old lady doing bits.
Yeah, she's not German though. Unfortunately, Italy's deeper defences denied Titi the space he needed, and the Bianconeri gave him just 7 months before Wenger returned for his former colleague.
7 months? That's a disgrace.
Henry went on to score 329 club goals at Arsenal, Barcelona, and more importantly, New York Red Bulls, winning 4 titles and the Champions League. Have that,
Big
Italian football. Silly.
Next up is the 52-year-old who set up Britain's favourite coffee shop chain. It's Diego Costa. I love a cappuccino. He was born in the northeast of Brazil and so wasn't able to train at an academy as a child. Instead, honing his skills on the street. Stepovers. Like that. Juggling.
He's got new genes, he can move his legs.
Ooh. His older brother was named after Brazilian legend Jairzinho.
The Hurricane, mate.
Ooh, and despite the Seleção's rivalry with Argentina, Diego was named after Maradona. Some unhappy Brazilians
Facts.
at that. Fortunately for Costa, he moved to Sao Paulo when he was 15 to work for his uncle and joined a local club, having never received any coaching in the sport before that age. Talk about late
What's
bloomers.
your excuse, eh?
He earned about £100 a month and was turned down by Santos, Palmeiras and Corinthians, where Colin Kazim Richards is currently tearing it up, before catching the eye of a scout from Portuguese side Braga.
Portuguese scouts have got it, haven't they?
They just
They've
have
got it.
something, the third eye. He ended up rejecting the chance to join Barcelona's B team and won titles with Atletico and Chelsea.
Yeah?
Titles galore.
And now he's fucking off to China. Completing our forward trident, and a hell of a trident it is El Ferrari. It's Raul. A Madrid native, Raul's dad was a huge Atletico fan, and the future star joined the Rojiblancos at the tender age of 13, winning a youth title within the next season.
Very next.
So presumably aged 14.
Age 40.
But Atletico were in dire financial straits, and President Jesus Gil decided to cut costs by closing down the club's academy.
End it.
What the fuck? Leaving a host of talented youngsters without a team. Raul crossed the divide to sign for Real Madrid and went on to score 323 goals in the white shirt, winning no less than 6 titles and 3 flipping Champions Leagues.
Shocker.
Now retired, Raul actually seems to still have some affection for his old club,
Traitor.
predicting they'd win the Champions League in the next 3 years.
What?
Quite a generic statement to make, and they are one of the top teams in Europe, so I'm not going to give him much credit there. So yeah.
But who would you guys pick at home? You can let both me and Chris know on Twitter by tweeting us on these handles.
And what did you think to our XIXL guys? What should we do better next week? What topics would you like to see us cover? Let us know in the comments below. And as ever,
Don't forget
to like
and subscribe. Bye.